Yes, sir. Back again. Happy Easter to everybody, man. I just came in here to drop some shit real quick about this, the comparison between how good college basketball is compared to the NBA, man. Okay. Look how great this tournament has been, this March Madness shit, man. This tournament has been amazing. Every game, anybody can win. Any team in the tournament, 75% of the time, anybody can win. NBA playoffs, not so much. Even the NBA as a whole. I mean, no defense. It's a shooting contest every night. Who can outscore? Who can outscore the other team? That's pretty much what it is. And then you look at this, college basketball with this March Madness shit, man. These kids are out here giving it their all, man. They're out here laying it on the line, and the NIL is about to change everything. But I mean, it used to be, and for the most part, it still is, kids that are playing with passion, a passion for the game. Okay, college teams, they play defense, they shoot threes, they run an offense. You know what I mean? They have fundamentals, they rebound. They play the game of basketball the way it's supposed to be played. Not I'm not going to D you up, take your best shot at it, a three all day, and the NBA is so trash, man. I remember when I used to look forward to the NBA. Growing up in the 90s, I was a Charlotte Hornets fan, a Larry Johnson fan. Remember when you would hear the TV with the man, you would run to the TV. You wanted to see the latest game. It was usually the Bulls and the Celtics, or the Blazers and the Lakers, or the Sonics and the Lakers. It was just always good games. The NBA on NBC was the shit. That's when the NBA was the shit. But bad coaching, players that play all the same type of game, no defense, no more rim protectors, no more physicality, just a bunch of shit. Adam Silver, hello, I'm talking to you. Just a bunch of shit that killed the game, man. Killed it. It's not even like, I know SportsCenter has to do their job. They have to drop the highlights and all that stuff, but anybody with any sense has to see the difference between what the NBA was and what it is now. It's just not the same, man. I just lost interest. I lost interest. When the Hornets left, that cut me deep. My grandmother was from Charlotte. I used to go there pretty much a couple times a year. Usually on Thanksgiving and sometimes Easter and stuff, but and it is Easter, so it's crazy I'm talking about this. But Charlotte Hornets was my team growing up, man. That was my squad, because I used to go there, and because, the Bullets weren't good, and when you're growing up and you're young and you're a kid, you want the team that, is good. And I was going there all the time, and a lot of North Carolina stuff, like the Charlotte Hornets were everywhere, and they had Larry Johnson and Lonzo Mourning, and I'm young, so I gravitated to that team and I loved them. And they left, and then it's kind of like I went to the Wizards because they're the hometown team by default. But even when we were a playoff team, I was into it. The NBA still wasn't the same, but it wasn't that bad. But now, even with the Wizards being bad, so many people try to hit me with you're just a Wizards fan, you don't like the NBA. No, it doesn't matter whether we're good or not. I'm not respecting the way the game is played. It has nothing to do with that. You're dense. Stop being dense. Open up your fucking mind, man. The way the game is played is trash now. There's no defense, just shooting threes. I partially blame Steph Curry, but I don't, because that was his style. Coaching can only do so much. It gets a little better in the playoffs. I honestly got to admit that, I'm entertained in the playoffs. I am. I look forward to the NBA playoffs, kind of, just to see, because it's like, that's what's so trash about it, like the load management and all that shit that they have now. Shit is horrible. Like Kobe even said, we ain't doing no load management over here. They paid money to come see us. I'm not taking a night off. Jordan ain't take no nights off. The load management shit started with La Bitch, La Bum. Okay? And a few other players, Kawhi, who I don't really respect, but at the end of the day, he do got game. I just don't like the way he moves. Like, there's a lot of diva shit going on. NBA just turned into some other shit, man. It just turned into some other shit. Whereas, look at baseball. That shit is amazing right now. There's a lot of young talent, keeps you locked in. The game really, it's had its ups and downs with, the steroid era and everything, but for the most part, they're doing their thing right, man. You have more viewers now than you did, and everybody said baseball was going to die out, that, it couldn't last among, the other sports. And even with the NFL now, but I'm looking at the NFL and I'm like, man, all these rule changes, it's about to be a flag football league soon. So what is the fun in that? Like, that's why I'm so happy it's baseball season, man. But baseball and college basketball are really like, really all we have right now in terms of getting shit right. I have a lot of issues with the NCAA, the way they do shit, the NIL money, and a lot of, ways that they've gone about things and shit, transfer portal, all this shit, the money grabs, the bowls, and BCSs, and a bunch of other shit that I can name. But at the end of the day, they always get March Madness right. They get it right. You ain't gonna have every seed the way you want it to be. Some teams are gonna get snubbed. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Is the way it goes. But for the most part, they get it right. March Madness is always entertaining. It never disappoints, man. But when you compare it to the NBA, anybody who says the NBA is better, you don't want to pay attention to college basketball. You don't want to pay attention to March Madness, because if that was the case, if the NBA was better, you'd already been paying attention, and you would have known college basketball is better. It's a better product. It's better coaching. As I said, players more passionate. They play defense. It's just a very entertaining thing to watch, man. When you see the game was like 50-48 in the second half, like, yeah, that's good. It's not 120 to 118, which is nothing wrong with that. That's the way the pros do it. It's professional basketball. They're going to score points. My whole thing is like, the NBA has gotten so bad where you get dudes out here for like 40 points at night, and it's like, who dropped 40? Like, everybody's dropping 40 because nobody plays defense, man. It's nothing to drop 40 anymore. In the 90s, you dropped 40, man, my God. Because everybody D'd up and everybody was physical. You come to the lane, you get your nose broke. We had rim enforcers. We had the, he's a piece of shit, but we had the Karl Malones, and the Sean Kemps, Shaq, Mutombo. I could go down the list. Lonzo Mourning, rim protectors. You come in the lane, you get fucked up. I'm going to break your nose, bro. That's why Allen Iverson's game was so dope, because Allen Iverson didn't care. He was a little man amongst giants, and he's getting beat up every night. The NBA was different back then, man. The All-Star game in 2001 where Kobe and Steph Marbury went head-to-head, and that was an amazing shit to watch. Shit was like, looking back at it now, I watch, I'm like, yo, that was an amazing All-Star game. Because both teams wanted to win. Both sides wanted to win. But now it's just an exhibition. All that shit, I'm glad they put it back to East versus West, because that Team LeBron, Team Giannis, all that shit, it's a trash product. It's just trash. It's just not, what are you doing, bro? You're ruining shit. Like, it's like made to appeal to the younger generation, because that's the way they do shit. It's like some 2K shit. stop it. Just do the shit right, man. It should always be East versus West. And they should be allowed to wear their team jerseys, too. Not no West and East jersey. You know, like when they did it back then, the NBA was better back then. It was better. It was a better product. But I love me some March Madness, and I'm excited. I've been enjoying it. Obviously, enjoying the baseball being back as well. But we're talking about basketball right now, and I am loving the March Madness. I'm loving, the NBA winding down and getting to the playoffs, because that's at least somewhat entertaining. I'm going to pay attention. Whether I like the NBA the way it is or not, I'm still going to watch. I'm still going to pay attention if I get a chance. So, at the end of the day, NBA got to do better, but it's been trending down for a long time, and it has to do with Adam Silver, the way that he's ruling the league, and everything's about endorsements and money and, just a bunch of shit. I could go on and on about why the NBA is that way, is the way that it is right now. Nobody really with love for the game, it's just, as I said, no defense, who can outscore, outshoot. Like, Draymond is like the last of a dying breed right now, because he's one of the last dudes that get physical with you. Pause. But, like, he'll get physical. And that's almost done in today's NBA. It just don't exist anymore. It's just a bad product, man. As much as you want to care, like, of the four major sports, I'd even take the Stanley Cup playoffs over the NBA Finals, depending on the matchup. Because I did like the Nuggets NBA Finals. I like a few of the other ones. I'm obviously talking about not 90s NBA Finals. I'm talking about like this generation, because some of this shit is just not good basketball, man. It gets better in the playoffs, but it's just March Madness and the college kids shit on today's NBA. And I said what I said. Better coaching, more passion, kids with hunger, kids trying to prove a point, kids that are trying to get to the league, fans, cheerleaders, school spirit, all that shit comes into play as to why March Madness is better. So I'm going to leave it at that. All right? Go O's. Came back just to drop a video. We're in the off season for the Ravens, so I'm going to get on some other shit. I'll be covering basketball, baseball, anything anybody wants me to cover or talk about. You can also let me know, and I'll do it. I'll cover it, all right? So, happy Sunday, happy Easter, man. I'm out. Peace.